Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Danny and this is gonna be another story time. Yes, I'm starting to tell some of my business on the internet. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me out a lot, and it will also help me with the algorithm. So we're gonna get right on into the video. So this is the story when I found out my BFF stole my man, got pregnant, and invited me to the baby shower. Like, girl. So a little bit of background, we're going to call her a backstabber. So backstabber and I met at work. Now this was a new job that I was at because I was at another job before this, and I ended up quitting because of like management harassment. That's a whole nother story time in itself, so we're not going to get into that right now. But she went to like the community college across town, and I went to like the main university. So if we never would have worked at the job, I probably never would have met her. Unless she was like on campus for a party or something like that. But yeah, so she worked like the overnight shift, and I worked like the morning, which was 7 to 3. Like if I had like didn't have any classes that day, or like the 3 to 11 shift. If I had classes that morning, I would go to work that night. And then like, so we never really like crossed paths until she started working in the daytime. Like she used to work the 11 to 7 shift, so sometimes she'll work 7 to 3 too, and do like a double, and I would see her. Or like she'll completely work like morning. She wasn't doing like exactly like overnight every single night. So like me and her, we started hanging out. We started being friends or whatever. She used to come to my house. I used to go to her house or whatever. We used to text, party, like, I don't know, tell each other stuff. Like it was cool, you know. Because I never really like hung out with anybody like from work or whatever. Because I was always told keep your work life and like personal life separate, which is true. Because there's always some mess that's gonna pop off, which it did. and yeah, so I went against code, and we started hanging out or whatever. She asked me for my phone number first, and I gave it to her or whatever. So we started hanging out, texting. She used to do my hair. We used to like go places together, do stuff together, whatever. So we were like really, really cool. Like, so one day I told her about this guy that I like, and that we started dating, and because how he and I met, he worked at the old job with me. So he used to walk me to my car after I would get off, if it was dark or whatever, no matter how late it was, even if it was like 8 o'clock and if it was dark, he used to walk me to my car to make sure like I got there safely and stuff, because of what the manager and stuff was like trying to do to me or whatever. So he was just nice or whatever. He like walked me to my car or whatever. He never pushed up on me or anything like that. We were just like cool. And then like one day we just like started talking like dating wise or whatever. I don't know, I think I kind of told him I had a crush on him or something like that. I don't know. Teenager stuff. I was like 18 or 19. Like, this was like my freshman or sophomore year. I think it was like my sophomore year in college or whatever. So it was cool or whatever. So we started hanging out. Me and him was like dating and stuff. Like we never got anything like all too serious or physical or nothing like that. And I was telling her about it, and I showed her a picture with it, and she was like, oh, he fine as hell. So I didn't really think nothing of it or whatever. So we just kind of like started talking regular, she and I. And then like maybe like a week or two after I showed her the picture of him, and she started like ghosting me. So I didn't know like what was going on. Like I thought I did something, I thought I said something crazy, because sometimes like I can joke and stuff. If people don't take it as a joke, their feelings and stuff get hurt. So I try not to like be too brash or whatever. But most of the stuff I do say is like kind of funny. I don't try to make it funny. Like a lot of people just say I'm naturally funny. So I don't know. It's just the way that sometimes some stuff come out. So I used to call her. I was texting her. She wasn't responding. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna kiss this girl's ass. Like if she don't want to talk to me, okay, she ain't gotta talk to me. Like I got other friends or whatever. I just thought she was cool. So maybe a month or two or so go by after that. So I saw like these guys across the hall, because they were her friends. They went to the community college with her. Well, not really her friends. She just knew them or whatever from the community college. And then like we all kind of lived in the same apartment complex. But did she live in an apartment complex? She lived in an apartment complex, but it was like 2 separate like properties. Because I think they built one property first, And then like it was student housing, whatever, but it was like apartments. And then like maybe like 4 or 5 years later, they bought like the land next to it and they built the second set of property. She lived on the second set of property. We lived like in the main part. So it was kind of like we lived in the same property, but not like really, because it was two like separate main properties, if you guys get what I'm saying. But she lived on the other side. So I didn't like go to her house or anything when she started ghosting me or whatever. I wasn't driving by her house looking like a stalker or anything like that. I just like completely ignored her. So the guy there was like, oh yeah, you seen Backstabber? And I'm like, no. I was like, no, we stopped talking like a few months ago or whatever. So I don't know what's going on with her. They were like, you know she pregnant. And I'm like, pregnant? From who? Because she wasn't dating nobody when I was talking to her. And they were like, oh yeah, she pregnant from your old boy. And I'm like, who? He said, yeah, your boy. And I'm like, not the one I was talking to. And they was like, yeah, she pregnant from him. And he denying the baby, talking about he want a paternity test. He ain't paying no child support or nothing until he see a DNA test and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, so that's the reason why she ghosted me. And I was like, yeah, she stopped talking to me. After me and him was talking, I showed her the pictures and stuff and all that. So like a few weeks later, she stopped talking to me. Man, and I started like, I had cut him off too because he was kind of like, I don't know, being dry with me. So I'm assuming that's probably why he started being dry with me, because he started talking to her. So I wasn't even talking to him either. So I don't know like the dynamic from him and stuff like that. Me and him like completely stopped talking too. And I stopped working at the other job too, so he didn't have no reason to like walk into my car, ask me was I safe and all that kind of crap like that. So he was like, yeah, you know she pregnant. And he was like, yeah, she was a fool. Talking about she bought him a whole bunch of Valentines Day stuff and he wouldn't even open the door for her. And I was like, what? What kind of stupid child? She was like, I'm like, women don't even buy men Valentine's Day. So he was like, yeah, we know. He wouldn't even open the door for her, so her dumb ass sat outside the door on the ground in front of like the apartment, right in front of like the welcome mat, and took a picture and sent it to me. And I'm like, what kind of stupid person? If I'm buying somebody's stuff and they ain't gonna even open the door for me, you think I'm finna leave it right there on the porch, on the steps, in front on the welcome mat? No, I'm taking my stuff back with me. I wouldn't have bought it in the first place, but I'm taking my stuff back with me. Why would you buy somebody something that's denying your baby, telling you they want a DNA test, and you already got with him on some sneaky link stuff, and now you looking stupid? So he was like, yeah, that's not. And I'm like, child, I just was laughing. I'm like, that's what her stinking ass did for trying to be a backstabber. But anyway, she ended up like calling or texting me like a month later, talking about how she's sorry and all this stuff, and like a big dummy. Mind you, I was 18 or 19. I like let her back in my life. Like I didn't ever tell her any of my other personal business or anything, who I was dating or none of that stuff like that. Because I still lived in the same apartment. Like after I moved off campus from freshman year, I lived in the same apartment until I graduated. Because I'm not about to keep moving all this, even though it wasn't like a lot of stuff. But I don't like to keep moving whatever. And I liked the apartment that I was in. I had my own bathroom, I had my own room. We only had like the shared kitchen or whatever. And it was clean. So it was fine. Like I stayed in the same apartment, so she knew where I lived. I never moved. But yeah, so she had came over. She was talking to me, talking about how she was sorry and blah blah this, blah blah that. She was pregnant, and then she gave me an invitation to her baby shower. Like, girl, what are you doing? So guess what I did? I took her invitation and I went to the baby shower. I sure did. I went to the baby shower. I ain't buy no gift. I ain't bring no food. I ain't do no nothing. I went there. I ate up all her food. I ain't buy no gift for no baby. I won money from her baby shower, like gift parties. What is it called? Like games, baby shower games. I won money for that. Her baby daddy did not show up. Like, and remind you, when me and her got back friends, she never told me any of the embarrassing stuff that he did to her, about her sending the Valentine's Day stuff outside her house, about him requesting the DNA test and all that stuff. She never told me any of that stuff. I guess she was just way too embarrassed. But she ended up having the baby, ended up naming the baby, like gave the baby her last name or whatever. He ended up taking the DNA test and he was the father. So she ended up like putting him on child support and stuff like that. But after the baby shower and all that stuff, she was so embarrassed. This girl moved out of state. She moved out of state. And I never saw her again in person after that. After she moved out of state, I never saw her again in person. Like she followed me on all my social media, my Instagram, my Twitter and all that. So she was kind of like, I don't know if she was single black female in me, but she followed me on all that stuff. Like she was just, it was just weird. Like she had like this weird obsession, like to try to keep up with my life. Yeah, girl, I'm doing good. No, I don't have any kids. No, I'm not nobody's baby daddy. So she ended up marrying a woman, and they had like twins or triplets or something like that. I can't remember how many kids. Well, they not them having it together. You know, they got like a donated sperm or whatever from the sperm bank or whatever. But she ended up leaving her too, so now she's stuck with all them kids and left twice. I don't know what she's doing now with her life now. I know last year I ended up blocking her last year on Instagram because we never used to talk like that anyway. But like every now and then she'll DM me, asking me how I'm doing, blah, blah, this, blah. And out of common courtesy, I will respond. Because you know how like Instagram is, it'll kind of tell you like, the year has been active within a minute or something like that. Like, sometimes I worry about people seeing that, and sometimes I really don't. I don't care if I'm ignoring you, I'm ignoring you. So I end up like messaging her back or whatever. And something that she said to me was slick, so I ended up just blocking her. I blocked her on Instagram. I deleted her out I blocked her and deleted her out my phone. So if it does show up, it's not gonna show up. She deleted her Twitter, so I don't know about that. And Facebook, I've been deleting my Facebook or whatever, like my regular personal Facebook. I don't know about YouTube. She might can find me on YouTube because some of my stuff connected, so whatever. But yeah, so I never spoke to her again. Oh, and the reason she gave me saying that she started dating to like, oh, y'all want that serious like that? I ain't know you liked him like that. And that's not an excuse. If you my friend and you see him dating or talk to somebody, that's just basically off limits. That's just like girl code. Like, just like with boy code, it's just like with girl code. Boys, they'll probably still try to sleep with the girl. But that's girl code. That's loyalty. That's like, I would never do that to any of my friends. Like, at all. Even if I don't even like the guy. Or even if I like the guy first and they started dating him or whatever, if I didn't tell them, I wouldn't feel no type of way, and I wouldn't try to go behind their back and tell them like after or whatever. So I was very, very annoyed with that. But lesson learned, like now, like the slightest little thing that you play with me about my life or play with me about my feelings or anything like that, you cut off. Like that's just what it is. So thank you guys for watching. That's my little story time about my friend taking my man, getting pregnant by him, and actually inviting me to the baby shower with no qualms, like whatever. I guess she's trying to say, yeah, bitch, I took your man, and I'm inviting you to my baby shower, and what? Well, the joke was on her because I went, ate her food, won money. I ain't lose nothing. Like, that was it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, like this video, share this video. My birthday was September 14th, so if you guys want to donate to me for my birthday gift, you can PayPal at DanniGTV@gmail.com. That's down below. And I have a Cash App down below listed as well. I have 2 ebooks for Ball Wax 1 and 2 on Amazon Kindle for 99 cents. Kindle Unlimited, you get to read both parts for free. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, like this video, share this video, guys. I do have a subscriber goal that I want to get to by December, so make sure you share this video so I can get into the YouTube algorithm better. Bye.